Ultra creativity. I'm going to talk today about the mindset and the tools to unleash your full potential and excel even during challenging and difficult times. My name is Sonja Piontek. I've had quite some success in my life, but I've also had some real challenges. And I will share with you today openly what helped me get to the top, but also the tools and the mindset that helped me get back up again when I fell and when I struggled. So let's get going. As you see in this photo, I've had quite the career. I came to Singapore 6 years ago as the Director of Marketing for BMW Asia. So I was basically working for one of the most prestigious brands in a very dynamic and diverse region, working with the most incredible people. I had a ball. It was fantastic, and I was really doing what I loved doing most. And then one day, my boss calls me into his office and, without any emotion says, "Sonja, we need you at headquarters in Munich, you're going back." My world basically fell apart. I just couldn't believe it. So I was standing there going like, well, hang on. This is not what I had planned. I just so love it here. I really want to stay here. I've got so many more ideas and plans. But their plan was different. The idea was to send me back to headquarters. So there I was. What was I going to do? And I thought, you know what? If I really want to unleash my potential, this is the time to leave the corporate world and set up on my own. How did I do this? Well, the first thing I want to tell you and I want to share with you, the first tool of ultra creativity is always focus on your strengths. Before you do so, you actually have to know your strengths. You have to know what is it that I'm good at, what is it that I'm passionate about, and then just fully focus on those. There is no need to constantly say, oh, I'm not good at this, I need to improve here, I need to improve there. Fully focus on your strengths. I was well aware of my strengths and I thought, well, with a strategic mindset, my communication skills, my way of just making things happen, I can set up a business. I have zero entrepreneurial background, but I knew that I could do it. So I said, okay, I know my strengths. And then I started telling my family about it, my friends, and everyone said, no, you cannot leave BMW. And that's one thing, like there was so much negativity around me. And I'm like, hang on, what do you mean I cannot leave BMW in such a great executive position? Of course I can. Throughout my career, I've always had that attitude of exchange the word cannot into how. How can we make it happen? So whenever people approached me with, oh no, we can't do this, I would always say, you know what, let's totally ban the word cannot. Let's just think, how can we make it happen? And we've made some pretty cool things happen. Like, as you see on that slide, this is a private photo shooting that we arranged with BMW cars, our VIP customers, in the restricted area of Changi Airport for the first time ever. No one thought it was possible. Well, we made it happen. Then, so I knew my strength. I had totally banned the word cannot from my vocabulary. The third tool for ultra creativity to really unleash your potential is trust yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. And sometimes in life, you might get to a point where you are the only one believing that you can make things happen. But you are the one that can. So if you believe in yourself, if you know that you've got the strength, the passion, then just say to yourself, yes, I can do this. I trust myself. And then the next thing is a very important step. You actually have to go and take that very first step outside the comfort zone. And this step is often not easy. And I can tell you, for me, leaving the corporate world, leaving that executive dream career was quite challenging. I had sleepless nights. I had doubt, I had hesitation. But I always ask myself one question. What is the worst thing that can possibly go wrong? And in most cases, you will realize the worst thing isn't all that bad. I mean, I wasn't going to starve. I wasn't going to lose my life. I wasn't going to lose any of my friends or my family. So I thought, you know what, the worst thing that could possibly happen, a scratch in my ego, and that's survivable. And then I realized another thing, and I really want to share that with you. Beyond the comfort zone lies a universe of opportunities. It is yours to conquer and yours to explore, but you've got to make that one big step outside your comfort zone. And once you've made that step, you've got to be determined. And the photo you're seeing now is an image that my good friend Louis Pugh took in the Arctic Ocean. He is doing a long distance swim in the Arctic Ocean. The water is minus 1.7 degrees Celsius cold, below the freezing point because there's so much salt in the water. He is swimming for an unthinkable 20 minutes, nothing but agony and pain. Why would he do that? Louis has one mission. He wants to save the world's oceans. And he does an extremely good job. How does he do it? Well, that's the big question. Like, how can someone basically survive the unthinkable, go through so much pain and still have the guts to pull on, and yet another stroke and another stroke? I recently asked him during a dinner, I'm like, Louis, how do you do it? And he just looked me in the eyes and he said, Sonia, there is nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. Let me repeat this. There's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. So whenever I struggle in my life, I think of Louis and how his determination gets him to go through what he does. And it is a really good motivation for me to keep going. So where was I after I left BMW? I set up my dream company. I set up the company, the agency Sonnenkind. And we are known to create unforgettable travel-related experiences for brands like Leica Camera, Land Rover, Lamborghini. And we do it in the most beautiful places of this planet. We've won awards. We've basically created such an amazing business from nothing. And parallel to this, this has only been 2.5 years. Parallel to this, I was able to develop a global speaking career. And this was just because a door opened and again, I stepped through. There was an opportunity. I got invited to speak on several stages and I thought, wow, this is really enjoyable. And I seem to be quite good at it. The feedback I got was really positive. So I thought, well, let me turn this into a profession. And within a few months, I got bookings from all over the world. I even spoke in the Allianz Arena, like the big soccer stadium of my hometown. Spoken all over the planet. So it was just going well. And basically what you can see is the press loved what I was doing. And it's not just because I did it well. It's because I really focused on my strengths. I did what I was good at and I did what I was passionate about. And this is how you can make magic happen. The press loved it. It was going up and up and up and up. And then 2020 hit. And it hit with brutal force. On a personal level, on a business level, I lost more than I could have ever imagined possible. And I was at a point where there were moments where I had little hope left. I was devastated. There were tears after tears after tears. I lost a child. I lost the love of my life, and both my businesses came to a total, complete standstill. So how did I get out of this deep, deep valley, the valley of tears? Again, I used the tools that I had learned over the years and that had already brought me to success several times before. And then I learned a few other things. And if 2020 has taught me one thing, it is ask for help. Show vulnerability. Be honest and open. And do ask your friends, your family, your partners, your business partners. Do ask them for help. And you will see, for me, it was the most beautiful thing to realize that people were so happy to be there for me. the strong person who'd always just been there for them and everything was, yeah, I've got a solution, this is easy, we can do this, we can make this happen. All of a sudden I showed that I also sometimes need a hand that holds me, someone to give me a hug. This was an extremely powerful learning. The next thing that 2020 has really taught me, to be even more flexible and more agile than I'd ever been. And this is something that has created the most incredible opportunities for me. This mental agility and just that matter of let's make things happen. And sometimes things aren't perfect. You just got to do them. During a time like now, you've just got to go for it. I'm currently in Namibia on a Let's End 2020 on a positive note tour. Photographer friend and me, we've decided to go on a 2 girls in a 4x4 on a bucket list tour through Namibia. As we were in Frankfurt Airport 2 nights ago, I got a phone call from a lovely lady called Anna, and she's like, Sonia, we really want you to speak at our conference. And I'm like, wow, I'm really honored, and I would love to do it. We've got a bit of a challenge. I'm about to board the plane to Namibia, and I'm going to be in Namibia for the next few weeks. And she's like, well, the recording would have to be done within the next 2-3 days. And I'm like, well, can we somehow make it happen? And here I am in the lodge near Windhoek. We're doing the recording with a team that only learned about this job yesterday. But this is what 2020 is all about. Seize opportunities, just make things happen. And one last thing I want to share with you. As you see on that last picture, that is me yesterday enjoying a safari ride on horseback through the bush. You do have to recharge. There's only so much you can do. You need to have times where you actually unwind and recharge. And with these words, I actually want to leave you and say all the very best. Use your mindset, use your creativity, and just unleash your potential and make things happen. It is possible. Soar because you can. This is Sonia Piontek, live from Okapuka in Namibia. Thank you very much.